B9, B10, B25. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's going on? We're back again with another episode of the Tracksuit Pundits. This one's number 24 and it's the weekend roundup. We've just done one about Spurs, general thoughts and their last few games. So go check that one out. It should be up on the channel now. But we're going to get into the other recent games now, starting with the main one, the Manchester derby. Big game in English football. And I'm not sure anyone really expected United to come out on top, but early doors, man, got a penalty, went 1-0 up. And
everyone but me. I knew that was going to top it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's common sense.
Okay.
United turn up when in big games. I've seen that in other ones.
When it matters. Inconsistent, though.
But it just suits Man United. Remember, people forget Pep has lost, he's never been beat by any. He hasn't lost as many games against one team than Man United. They always do them. He had that one spectacular. Yeah, it's frightening because he just... Remember, people forget about City. They're an amazing side, but they are one-dimensional. And when I say that, I don't mean no disrespect to their made side. I'm just saying they play one particular way. Their issues last year was they couldn't defend the counter. They've defended the counter better this year, but they're still partial to getting done on the counter if you've got ability. Remember, beginning of the season, Tottenham spanked them on the counter. Arsenal done them on the counter. Leicester done them on the counter. So I'm saying it's always there. And I just looked at Man United... Give you that quality on the counter, which they've got. They will hurt you. They'll hurt anybody. So
they never planned for backs against the wall or getting hit like that. Obviously, as Guardiola says himself, the best way to defend is to keep the ball. But let's start from the start in terms of how it kicked off with the penalty.
The team's going to have the ball at some point in it.
Someone's going to... Of course.
Like Mourinho with his 20% against... When we 30% we had against... when we had the 30% is you get behind the ball... And Ollie would have had that all day and he's thinking, let the ball break down. We're going to get at John Stones and then, man.
You can't ignore, though, it's a different game if you don't give up that goal early on, give up that penalty
but the ball into Jesus, who's bang on average, he gives the ball away, which he does a lot of the time.
It's a pathetic penalty to give away. He didn't need to be
clumsy. There. But how many times has Martial ran at a man and had his squeaky bum?
Martial has got 3 players between him and the goal, and then you got Jesus coming from behind and doing that little trip. It's very silly.
But how did they get the pen anyway? It was on the counter. They give away the ball, man. You just direct transition, get at them, give away a pen. Stone cold pen.
I think it's from a throw in it originated or something like that. No. Jesus has pissed it with the ball.
The transition meaning you had the ball. City goal. They can't score. We had the ball.
Yeah.
Yo, you had the ball and lost the ball.
Yeah.
Man,
I agree with you.
You had the ball, lost the ball. So I'm saying you give away the ball in areas, and that's what teams prey on. Like tactical periodisation, like certain man do is they prey on you having the ball and there's a trigger. That's what Ali done, bro. Man United were well drilled, but I think that's Man United at their best because obviously they're not as good as people think they are. When they play against teams they should beat, that's why they come unstuck because they're not as good as people think they are. You know what I mean? But when their backs against the wall, they're a better side.
I think both teams looked energetic, but City did not have the chance to dominate with that penalty being given away at the very start. They did not have the chance to dominate, and then that Luke Shaw goal to make it 2-0 was kind of a bolt out of the blue in terms of all of a sudden, Man U in their defensive third. I think it comes from the keeper originally. Fed it out to Luke. It's a great run, by the way, to just drive forward like that. And then I don't think he expected the finish. Luke Shaw didn't look like he expected the finish from himself.
He just one of them school shots. You just think, I'm aiming for the corner, far side. I'm not going to try roast it. I'm just going to try put enough on it to try beat... And
he didn't really have any other option other than to shoot because of the way the space he had. He didn't really have any option of to hit and hope.
But how did he get caught?
It was a good finish
on the counter.
Yeah.
Into the keeper's hand,
from the keeper's ball out left. They weren't prepared.
Transition again. No transition because that's how you get a Man City. Now this is what I'm just going to go into Man City because I ripped them off the beginning of the season. They're going to win the league. Let's be honest, They put runs together and they've been good and everyone else has been poor. Yeah. They're just the best out of the bad bunch, let's be honest.
Diaz and Stones have to take a lot of credit.
Of course, but they've kept clean sheets and they've put a couple of games. Everyone fell off because Man United were how many points. But what I'm saying is, that's why they won't win the Champions League because of the being one-dimensional. They're not as shit, but they're not as good as Barcelona in their prime, but that's exactly how they play.
Yeah.
But they're not them. So I'm saying, when City don't score or when they come up against that team that want to sit behind, they get done. Remember Spurs, we always do them because we got counter-attacking quality and we just would do them like that. In the Champions League, that's how they get done.
The thing is, I think it does say something that they haven't had
Leon
standout attackers. Is that fair to say? Like, they haven't had any standout attackers.
Listen, they've had
Diaz and
Aguero.
Stones have been excellent. And, you know, we were talking earlier about the art of defending. Diaz is one of the few defenders I'm seeing that is showing that intelligence on the pitch where he's making the players around him better. He's aware of the players around him and who they should be marking, who they should be, you know, worried about and things like that. He's making the players around him better. So he's got the art of defending on smash. But in terms of standout attacking players for City this season, they've all been good. But who's been outstanding? Do you know what I mean? It's more the system they're reliant on. And I think that ties into what you're saying in some of these big games. So if Spurs get the system right against them,
which we will,
who is that player? Who is that player? Because is it Jesus? Is it Bernardo Silva? Is it who is that player that's going to go, I'm taking this game, I'm going to go and win this game? You know what I mean?
Listen, first of all, they haven't got them up the front three. Sterling's not going to go and win you a game like that. Listen, I think Sterling's quality. So. I think he's quality, but I just feel
he's got qualities.
I think he just... There's something that just that knocks him off from being those real prolific.
Totally
even though his
agree.
numbers are, there's just something
he's
that
not
misses.
prolific.
He misses too many. He scores chances, but he misses too many that I think he should score. That's what he's like. I put him in the same bracket as Rashford. I put him in, he's a bit more consistent with Rashford. But the thing is with City is, by the way, which De Bruyne is probably the worst I've ever seen him play in a long time. De Bruyne was poor, but I think it brings to light again. Like I said, they won't win the Premier League, but this is why they won't win the big trophy what they want, because like I said, they missed that. They haven't got that real killer out the three up there. And like I said, I'm not bringing it up against Harry and that again, but like for example, Spurs have a better killer than you up top. You know what I mean? Like and that
killer instinct. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I kind of agree.
They need that killer. All them top teams. You think of Real Madrid, who's won it 4 times in a row. You think of who won it after Real Madrid that time. Liverpool, they had killers, man. Salah was a killer. Ronaldo was a killer. Messi, they had that killer. Now, Aguero was in his prime, but now, because that's not the league, ain't their trophy, man. They want the Champions League, and I think they're going to struggle to go in that without a killer.
I think
they might prove me wrong, but I think they need a killer.
Thoughts on that game, though? I think you do have to credit United because they put together some good attacks. It wasn't a smash and grab whatsoever. I do think it changes the tide of the game when you get that early goal. And like I say, it didn't give City an opportunity to dominate them like they potentially could have if it was just a level playing field for the first 10-15, feel their way into the game, etc. But class from Shaw, people are talking about him as best left back in the league. Who'd you pit against him? Like Reguilon, obviously Cancelo naturally is a right back, but maybe him. But obviously, outstanding run forward to get that goal. And yeah, man, it's just like, what did you generally think of the game? Do you think Man United were good value for their win?
Yeah, Man United done them. Man United were class, but I never. I said to already, I backed them. I knew because that's perfect. City were a perfect team for Man United. Remember I've said this before about when we got Tottenham in. Yeah, they might do us in the Carling Cup.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and Tottenham. I'm saying I love playing City. We've done them in the chat.
Are you a Tottenham fan?
Do you remember this year when we beat them 2-0 before the game? And I was saying I don't worry about City because they suit us perfect. They're not the team to worry about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we'll do them. But I'm saying, like, that's why they're Man United, they're perfect for City. I knew they was going to do them.
I do think, if you don't agree to go and play their game that they want to play.
And why should you?
It's hard.
Because not everyone can spend £500 million on defenders. Whatever they're spending around there. Because Laporte's eating wood now, and he was, 80 million.
So I think that was the key in this Manchester derby.
Man United done well, but it just
they weren't allowed to control the game like they normally can.
Frustrating, though. Just frustrating from Man United point of view to show you how you can go and do that and then lose 1-0 at home.
Yeah.
Because I feel they've just, out of the teams where this season was, I was up there with Spurs, but I feel Man United were the real team that I thought could really give City a run for their money because they were so ahead. And I thought when it was them two at the top, I did write off everybody else. I said, by the way, there's only 2 people going to win this league now. It's going to be City or Man United. I feel like Man United pathetically just giving them worse than when Tottenham give it Leicester. They're just like some of the results they got in there. You're like, really, Man United, really? And
some would say that
against
they've
City was
overperformed. No, this is the thing. Some would say they've overperformed in terms of what they expected, but I do hear what you're saying.
I said Man United's been a good team. They look good going forward.
They haven't put up a challenge really. They thought they were going to, and then since then, obviously big
I was
disappointing
Man
results.
United's biggest fan this season because they play expansive. They've got some quality to hurt you. They've got decent defenders. They can defend. They've got midfielders that work hard. They've got a 10 that can score goals. I like Man United. I always did remember the beginning of the season I said I like them, but what did I say? The biggest problem against Man United is their mentality, because they've got a lot of wankers, and that's what I said about Man United a long time. Why did they not go forward now and really give them a good title run?
They look fearful, but I would be fearful if Lindelof was my mainstay centre.
Nah, see, that's all dead, bro. This is what I said about the Sheffield United manager. His excuses, like Klopp, the same excuses you're giving are the same excuses that got you to where you are. So I don't understand it, bro. With Man United, you was in a position with Lindelof. How many points clear of City? What are you talking about? You drop points in games you shouldn't have dropped points, and that is why. And the answer is because of your mentality.
I did think
it's a mentality thing, bro, because they got the quality.
I did think two holding midfielders, McTominay and Fred, it looks like a negative outset on the game, but
not only playing four strikers like they do.
Yeah, it's like what did I or anyone else expect from it?
You got to play the two defensive midfielders.
In that sense, it worked. Yeah, in that sense,
if they don't and they play two 10s instead, flip the triangle, they're just going to get hurt. Like they got four strikers on the pitch, but then Bruno and three strikers.
Why is it not so effective against the lower teams? So it's an interesting question.
Mentality. It's mentality.
Yeah. No,
these are the games people was mad at Mourinho getting 1-0 over the lines and that, you know what I mean? Or Chelsea 1-0. You just get like the Stoke 1-0. Just you have to put it to bed. It's mentality. And these were the games Liverpool were killing last season, getting over the line when Villa when there was 2-0 down, or just getting up, whatever it takes to get over the line. That's what a winning mentality is, and they haven't got it. They haven't had it for a long time.
You know who definitely hasn't had a winning mentality for a long time now? Moving swiftly on to Liverpool, another home loss. And this time, not against Chelsea. Yeah, not against Chelsea, against Fulham. And the thing is as well, again, not a smash and grab. Fulham were taking it to them. And I mean, it's
Liverpool.
I want to say it's not surprising because of the defenders, but fix up and work with what you've got, for fuck's sake.
Like, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. We've had injuries, and they've lost Van Dijk. But I'm saying, hold on. You lost Van Dijk, and I give you that.
You're playing against Fulham. You championship teams.
No. Put up that's not fight. Even it. They've lost Van Dijk. They've lost their centre halves, and I give them that, bro. Anyone losing Van Dijk, but I'm saying, I'm saying, you scored 2 goals in 6 games.
Yeah. You still.
You could have done a Spurs and score you out your channel. No, something's going on over there, bro. I'm saying you can give your defence, but I'm saying the reason they conceded 1 goal against Fulham. I think that shouldn't be enough at Anfield to lose you a football game.
They're way too busy licking their wounds and feeling sorry for themselves and not actually trying to play football and take the game to other teams. But it was poor from Salah. He was sleeping on the edge of the area, literally. He hadn't checked his shoulder. And then if you're not going to check your shoulder, cool, but just get the foot rid of it then. And he hasn't done that, and it's a good finish into the bottom corner. But from then, I don't know, man, you need to go and get the game by the balls and do something.
I've told you their biggest misses. We're talking about Henderson.
It's like, how long are we going to be surprised for? But then, I actually am surprised. I can't believe they're going to keep just throwing away games like this and really not putting up a fight.
It's a bad drop-off, isn't it? Because the most drop-off...
I mean, they did put up a fight, but...
Around 26 with 10 games to go.
They did put up a fight, but you don't... I don't know what to say, bro.
It's bad.
It is really bad, bro.
I'm enjoying it, obviously.
Really
I'm enjoying it, but...
It's interesting to watch, but you know what? A part of me is not enjoying watching Klopp do, like... Obviously, he's going through what he's going through on a personal level at the moment. Part of me is not enjoying watching him fail so badly, but then... take the prerogative on and try and change the situation.
He's on probably, 12, 30 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really feel...
But you know about his mother and things like that.
Yeah,
his mother recently, obviously. Can't get the violin out too tough, but it's not nice seeing him suffer through these results. You would like to see it go.
Totally
He's about the only geezer at Liverpool that I would like to see it go well for right now. In terms of the players out there, don't feel sorry for yourself. Do more. Do you know what I mean?
And do you know what? Hearing that about his mother and I thought, hold on. As a gaff, this is what I mean about mentality. Me and you, what they done last season, unfathomable. But I'm saying, me and you now, were teammates. Gaff has done us what he's brought that Premier League title home and whatnot. And you're hearing about things like that, what he's going through personally.
Dig him out, work through.
Listen, let me give this guy all I got, bro.
Yeah.
Let me give him what I've
100%.
got, man. Gaffer deserves more than this.
100%.
You know what I mean? Remember your mum was she's disappointed in you and you come home and you thought, you know what, nah, fair dues. I'm going to wash up for her. You know what I mean? Just because you took that on the chin as a young boy, she raised you well. You know what I mean? But some of these guys just don't, and this is what I said about don't feel sorry for the wankers. I believe Mane stands up on his feet because he don't want to give Salah pens. There's something going on over there, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Liverpool, it's shocking. And Fulham, like I said, when January they brought a couple man in, they've got something. And I told when I played when people was like, why was you jumping around when Fulham won 1-0? Like, it's a big thing. I said, bro, Fulham, we drew them 1. Fulham cause you problems. Do you know why? What they've got in their side? Youth and enthusiasm,
Good energy,
strength and power. And you don't want that, because when you're playing in them games, Joe, with them type of people, it's just no rest. They force you to make errors. Did you see my man on Salah's touch?
Yeah.
On it.
Playing with confidence. Even to hit the ball from that. Yeah. Even to hit the ball from
man,
that.
it's just...
confidence.
Listen, you would have thought Fulham, what they lacked is exactly what Liverpool lacked, exactly what Fulham had, and that what you associate with Liverpool the last 2 seasons. They had no respite on your touch, on your force you to make errors. So I don't know where that's going to Liverpool, because that, like I said, that doesn't take ability. That's a mental thing and an energy level thing.
I would like to know what a Liverpool fan thinks, but I don't think any Liverpool fan wants to talk about this right
Liverpool
now.
fans don't know, man, because I think no one's seen this coming.
There's not much to... It's been that bad. There's not much to say or analyse. It's just like, what is going on? What's going on? It's Anfield.
Because this is what I mean about Pep, because Pep last year was nowhere near it, but they still finished second. But them, man, are just like... To fall out I believe with Ranieri drop, he got the sack. I believe if it wasn't Klopp and he would know they won the Champions League or so, I think he would have got the sack, because I think, like, I don't think you should have sacked Ranieri, but I'm saying, like, they've done it with Chelsea, done it when Mourinho the season after he was doing bad, they sacked him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they sacked Mourinho, they sacked Ranieri.
I think Keane's was calling for Klopp's head, to be fair.
Yeah, man, it's bad though. But we'll move on from them guys. They know it's bad. It's just...
From laughing at Liverpool to laughing
What do you
at...
reckon they could finish top 4 though? No chance in it. No chance in it.
They showed no signs of... They've just been dropping like a fly, bro. This is what Bitcoin will do in a few months, man. Just hit the ground. They're not going to turn this around now. And if they do, it's too little too late, bro.
I think there's too many teams hitting form now. I think their biggest worry now is Chelsea, Spurs, Leicester still up. Like, it's just too... Yeah, I think it's too much at the moment. I think there's too many teams now that are in form that they would need to drop points, because Spurs drop points, which probably will. It's Chelsea need to drop points. Chelsea need to drop points, and then Everton need to stop dropping points. So West Ham, like, there's too many teams they're relying on to drop points.
Yeah. That's where I think the momentum is at the moment, with teams like West Ham, Chelsea got momentum, Spurs got momentum back, and I think Liverpool are not showing any sign that they're going to turn this ship around. They might get a win or a draw somewhere, calm, but like, they'll be celebrating that, and I don't think they're going to follow it up and hit, fucking like 7 points out of 9 or anything like that. I don't think it's happening.
Arsenal.
Exactly, I was going to say, from laughing at Liverpool to laughing at Granit Xhaka, because fucking hell, bro. Obviously, got a goal up. I'd say it's a good goal from Aubameyang, a good feet at the box. And
really, I think Nick Pope should have saved it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's let it in a little bit. Should be disappointed with himself. But obviously, taking a lead, and then Granit Xhaka just volunteering the game back to Burnley. They're playing it round the back. I think it's gone out to the left back. It's come back inside. It's gone back to the keeper. Keeper's probably happy to just send that, but no. Granit Xhaka, pointing to feet. He's come short, like he's going to do something with it. And then he's just looked up and just fucking kicked it at Chris Wood.
That goal.
Great assist.
That goal, don't get me wrong, because it was a stone cold pen they had. Even though...
Oh, where it hit his arm?
The diabolical, like the die-hard Spurs fan in me was still thinking, fucking had it been hard done.
I do think, no matter how close it is, if your arm's out there, then you're taking the risk. If your arm's in this unnatural position, as a defender, you're taking the risk.
The football man
that the ball's going to hit your arm. If your arm's not there, then I can't really be sympathetic with you. If it's out here, then...
What the VAR doing up there, but...
I'd have felt hard done.
But, like I said again, Burnley...
Wait, are we done laughing at Jackie yet? What the fuck?
Xhaka, bro, come on, that sums up his whole Arsenal career.
It's true.
It's the clown, bro.
But it's funny, how the Arsenal fans, like, every time he gets back in the team or hits one decent long shot, which narrowly gets saved or something, they're like, okay,
a lot of Arsenal fans have that short memory, they're always quick to, but they have the long memory when it comes to talking about Invincibles. When they talk about recent history, they're quick to think, bro, you've been trashed for a long time now. They love to talk about Spurs never win a trophy, but I'm saying, bro, you won the FA Cup with Arteta last year, the worst thing you could have done. You know what I mean? Honestly, let's be honest, because you've won it how many times and nobody cares. You know what I mean? Because you can't go compete in the FA Cup.
It's like a false prophecy, really.
Because remember,
from what they've gone and done in the Prem this season.
When they've been winning FA Cup, Spurs, Champions League final, and we had a good nil title shot chance in it. Yeah. When was Arsenal really last time having a title shot? Come on, you never... But anyway, with Arsenal, I think that project business, they've got a long way to go, you know. They're far off it. I don't see them in the top 4 anytime soon because of, as well, what the other teams are doing around them. I think they're far off it, man.
Yeah, fully.
Far off it. And
I don't think anyone can tell me what their best 11 is. And then you're looking at the attackers. They've obviously got quality there in terms of Aubameyang. I think Pepe does have qualities, but you're not getting the quality out of them. So you can't even pick which players you would like to select out of them. I think Ødegaard's helped the situation a bit. Saka, they can really rely on. I think Saka is a hard-working player with some good qualities.
3 players I love.
Go on. Tierney?
I love Saka. Partey, but listen, I want to get onto him.
He's
but
decent.
I love Tierney.
I say he's more than decent, but he hasn't had the impact that they would hope on the team.
You've got to look at it like this, yeah.
Is Gabriel injured?
This is the thing with Partey. Partey missed a couple with Atletico. Now, for them to sell him for the money they had, yeah, for him to go to Arsenal when big clubs was wanting him, you think to yourself, hold on a minute, have they tried a quick one here? Now, he's coming and... Remember when Essien went to Real Madrid? People forget, he had a bad knee, That's why he never made the impact. Essien was finished. He retired what did he retire at 29 or whatever. He was finished, wasn't he? Like his knee, everyone knows his knee had gone. So I don't know if that's I don't know with Partey. It was a bit of a funny one knowing it because it was funny that he went to Arsenal. People can say what you want. I'm not saying as a Spurs fan to be disrespectful. I'm saying the clubs that wanted him, you thought, why would he go Arsenal? To be fair, you just stay at Atletico. You just stay at Atletico.
You know that whole romance that players feel about going to a club and being the guy at that club, the guy to take them to a level. It could be that.
I just found it weird because I think he's rated. He's a top player. But then he's come there, not hit the ground, and he's had these injuries. But I thought,
But like you were saying, Saka, Partey, and Tierney, and then you're looking at the rest of the players. I think Aubameyang, you can safely say he's going to be your starting striker.
Yeah, just the age,
but then who do you put around him? You can't figure out what the best outcome is from that team because they're not reliable enough. They don't perform enough, and it's just there's too much disappointment in the Arsenal team. That's the best way I can put it. There's way too much disappointment from each individual in the Arsenal team. Whether you're looking at the defence with David Luiz,
do you know what they remind me of?
Hector Bellerin.
They remind me of us about 6 seasons ago. Meaning they've got most of their team is full of
Soldado and them, man.
Most of the team is full up with Neelyman.
And
that's the thing when I say like with Tottenham now, we've got a couple killers that are not Neelyman, week in, week out, man. Now when your team, like Man United now, they've got majority of more week in, week out, man, than Neelyman. But the couple Neelyman sprinkled in will make you have them dodgy performances and not win your league. Now Liverpool, when City went on, they've got majority of the teams week in, week out, man. So when you get in, top up the leagues and winning leagues, you need the week in, week out. The averages need to be more the week in, week in, man.
100%, yeah. Players you can rely on.
Rely on week in, week out. But with...
Exactly what we were saying. You can rely on...
He's not a top player.
3 players in that
But he's a good player, but he's not one of the best 10s in the league because De Bruyne and them, man. But Maddison is a week in, week out, man. He's a week in, week out, man. Pereira, these guys. You know what Leicester from do well, the week in, week out, man.
He's not going to make you go, fuck's sake,
but Arsenal,
regularly.
They've got, I'm saying you right, out of Tierney, and you got to say Uber over the season. Uber, Tierney, you can't say Partey because he's there new this season, but Uber, forget even Tierney's come this season. I mean, last season, he's not injured now, but I'm saying it was only Uber that wasn't a Neely, man.
Yeah.
Uber was the only one in their team that was a week in, week out, man. The rest of them was Neely, man, and all of them, even Bellerin in them, man.
Yeah, you need a squad. You can't have 3
and they've only brought 3 man in, and them 3 man are not going to be enough because the positions anyway. The one, if your best player is like a left back and Saka, what was his best position? Right wing forward, maybe.
Well, they
stick
him anywhere that will help them because he's the most reliable.
Yeah, there's 70 million they pay for Pepe, and that's where they're playing Saka. Where they're both playing Saka. So I'm saying that made no sense. But anyway. And he's a young kid, but these are what you're hanging your hats on. He's a good player.
It was good work from Burnley with their backs against the walls, but you can't make excuses. You got to do more as a team to break down teams like Burnley. Literally, and the way I see it, they're going gung ho. They're going gung ho at Burnley to try and get this goal. It's like if you just control the game a little bit, then these chances will come naturally. Players will get drawn out of positions. Space will show. Move the ball intelligently and you're going to get those chances. But it's like they're going, shit, we're 1-1, we're against Burnley, they're defending. Crap, everything needs to be playing before we've even fought, like doing everything too quickly, throwing everything forward. And it's like, just stop, slow down, appreciate that you're good footballers, you're here for a reason, try and play some good football. And I don't see it from them. I just see desperation. That's what I see, desperation.
Because of the character, though. But about that, I can't talk on Arsenal because, like I said, they've just been like that for years now, innit? It's not a new thing. And the worry for them is their best players getting older, and the young kids coming through. How long can you? How long are they going to stay there?
They've only got better lately, and we're still talking about them like.
Why are they 10th?
Yeah, 10th or something like this.
That's what I mean. And they've got better, and they're still 10th.
All right, don't want to depress Freds if he's still tuning in. So we'll move on.
I know it sounds bad, but this is what I mean now. I'm gonna sum Arsenal man and go and say, oh yeah, you're right, but there's not even no point talking about them.
Yeah.
They're a mid-table side. There's no points like
apart from giving a nod to Saka and things like that.
Point.
That's about it, really.
No point talking about them. They're Crystal Palace now, innit?
I hope either Saka. I hope either Saka gets a good move or he gets some decent players around him where he can actually I don't know, like not have all this pressure on him, and then it actually be worth something him being a good player, because at the moment him being a good player doesn't
stay there for 2-3 years, work on his craft because he knows I'm the best player there and I'm 18, and then go get a good move.
Yeah. Good luck to him.
Hopefully he comes to Spurs, innit?
Yeah, it's kind of nice, and I'm not even hating on anyone in particular, like Arsenal fans or the team or anything like that. But in terms of Arsenal as a club with the most expensive season ticket and things like that, and I think even Arsenal fans would say the board and how it's run is not great. Not anyone like a football fan should really aspire to. It's kind of nice seeing them just struggling, because you're thinking this, like, even the season ticket price, that bothers me. Do you know what I mean? When you're 10th in the league and they're not going to accept it and lower the season ticket price or anything like that. So it's kind of nice to see in a weird way.
Yeah, it's bad time.
It's nice for you as a Spurs fan, so we won't get too far into it. You'll get carried away. So Leicester had snatched a win against Brighton, 2-1.
No, they never even snatched the win. My man in goals, he's on the payroll. He must be.
Who's this? Schmeichel or
nah,
Brighton's keeper Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez. He's on the payroll, man. He has to be, because 85th minute was 83rd minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was. He dived under the ball, didn't it?
Yeah, no, he come and flaffed the ball and then it went onto my man's head.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's gone up to punch it, and it's just like below it.
His hand. Oh, it's shocking, man. But lucky I'm not a chairman, because them people there, you're just going into the dressing room and filling him in.
But I think
Brighton are struggling as well. I think they're good. I think it's either because people are talking about how good football they're playing. I just wanted to go, hold on a minute. Have you seen the league table?
People like their boss, don't they? But I haven't. Has my mic gone off? Oh, it's on. Testing. Yeah. But fucking, I haven't been watching Brighton too tough. But I would say Leicester are falling off now in terms of they obviously had a bit of a mainstay in the top 4 and things like that. I just see them dropping points now. Talking about them, fucking, is this wire? We're talking about them, the run of games they've got. What were you saying the last 3 games of the season are? United, City and...
They've got United, Chelsea. No, they've got City next week. They've got their last 3 games in order are United, Chelsea, Tottenham.
And between now and then, they've also got West Ham and City.
Yeah, they've got West Ham City next games.
So I don't think it's looking good for Leicester and a top 4 finish.
They've got the worst run out of all of us.
Could drop out the top 6. Not even could, like it's like it would be that surprising. Yeah. I think obviously they've got their injuries and stuff like that.
If we win our game, I think they're 4 points, they're like 5 points ahead of.
Haven't looked like a top 4 team. Haven't looked like a top 6
And Chelsea
team.
winning today hasn't helped them.
That's the thing. I think Spurs are back with a bit of momentum now. Chelsea, under this new boss, look like a force. Although I will say
3 points ahead of Chelsea.
Look a lot stronger now, but you're still kind of not sure where the goals are coming from with them. It always...
Oh, this is a problem as well. And obviously, looking at the thing at the moment...
And West Ham as well. I think West Ham will
are
also
winning
finish
2-0
above
as
Leicester.
well.
Oh, okay. So I think West Ham will finish above Leicester. The holding mids they've got with Rice and Souček just does them wonders, man. Does them wonders. But that's Leicester. Not a lot to talk about that, but I think we were just discussing that. I don't think they're staying in the top 4. Need to restart that camera. Keep it up for me.
Yeah.
Villa Wolves, bro. Villa Wolves. Did you watch it as a neutral?
Yeah, Villa. I like Villa. Obviously, they're my local team, man. I've always liked Villa, but with Villa, you take Jack Grealish out your side, you're struggling. It's like Crystal Palace and Zaha, and he's a major player for them both, attacking wise as well. Like you're struggling without him, innit? But what I still
Well,
like
that goes
about
without
you,
saying.
what I like about you still though is you're still solid at the back. You still play the same way. But remember, no disrespect to a Villa, but you can't afford to lose quality. That star quality, like that, because remember when you got a player that's so like Crystal Palace. Yeah, when Zaha is so much the difference in games, and you got that star player. This is how I have to look at even people like De Bruyne and like Fernandes for Man United. When you take these man out like Harry Kane out of Tottenham, because we rely on him so much, it's major big difference. Now I'm saying with Grealish, he's their go-to, he's their Harry Kane, you know what I mean? He's their Fernandes. Like without him, I think what you're recognising
your best player in terms of being solid at the back, because it's hard. I mean, I'm a defender, so I'm always critiquing the defence, and sometimes your
defence has been outstanding this season.
Yeah, Mings gives me a squeaky bum. I can't lie. Concert, I think he's outstanding, but I'll say
Target, love him.
What we're Target's class. And what we're recognising there, I think more than anything, is the team ethic. Yeah, where even though Mings makes me shit myself sometimes, he doesn't convince me.
Not as good as people think he is, you know.
Yeah, definitely not. Konsa is the better defender out of them. By a mile for me, Konsa is the more intelligent defender.
Against that Man City goal, even though it was offside, he could have just headed the ball out, bro.
Yeah.
No one spoke about how poor his defending was.
I think the team ethic with some of the English lads we've got, with Grealish as captain, with a Villa fan as the manager, I think the team ethic we've got, we're really playing for each other, and we're really playing
so you've conceded games. You've only Man City and Chelsea have conceded less games than Villa, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I
think you've been outstanding at the back.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. That's the John Terry I thought should have been there. I agree.
Our defence has performed great when you look at them statistics, but it's not to say I think we've got one of the best defences in the league. I think that is testament to that ethic that we've got in our team, that the players want to play Villa.
John Terry started to earn his money now, innit? You're like, come on, John.
That to an extent too. I think our management's good, man. I think our management is solid, and I think it's the defensive record is a testament to that, more than kind of like the quality of Mings. I do think Konsa's quality,
and I think Thingy in front as well.
I think Mings is effective. Don't get me wrong.
David Luiz.
Mings is effective, but he's a slight vulnerability. I will say as well, since Al Mohammedi's come into the squad, obviously Cash has been injured. I didn't like him against Sheffield.
You haven't spoke about the main reason that you 27 goals conceded.
He's a championship right back.
Listen, it's Martinez.
Oh yeah,
this geezer. Mourinho with Mourinho and Fergie, the man said it first. A good keeper gets you 15 points a season. He must be on 20 already.
Unreal, bro. It goes without saying, but he's been an absolute godsend for us, honestly, because you know the keeper situation we had before. We didn't have a keeper situation before. Obviously, Pepe Reina, we was happy to have him, and that was never going to last. Do you know what I mean?
My man's never been the same since that injury. He was a good keeper.
Yeah, it was never going to last anyway. Him being at ours, it was a nice helping hand. That's all it felt like.
But Heaton before that was injured, and he'd come from Burnley. He was never the same.
But against Wolves, what you're saying, obviously we're missing Grealish.
That's all it is.
You expect that to take the sting out of us. We're not looking as promising in attack. What we're then relying on is Watkins' energy, because Watkins has a great energy about him, which he'll chase, he'll hassle everything. He's got a real desire to score goals. So we're then relying on that, but I don't think it's enough to really take games to teams.
And in one of the balls, he squared. He tried to square, and he's.
But like you said, it's not like his Grealish that team and then we're crumbling as a team. Like we've still got that solid foundation.
And you can't be too critical, because without Grealish, and you're playing Wolves away, remember you're not playing.
Did have chances as well.
Yeah, you're playing Wolves are decent. But I'm saying,
we're not going to control the game in the same way without Grealish. It's just not going to happen.
To go to Wolves, this is how far Villa's come. To go to Wolves.
Wolves was a scary game.
To play Wolves.
Scary game.
To play Wolves, not have your best player and take a clean sheet. Yeah. Not lose the game. That shows you, man. Villa, you're disappointed in that, and that shows you how far you come. I think Villa are a good side.
Yeah. I'm
I just feel you can't replace Jack in that. Come on, you're missing Jack.
That miss was unbelievable. Conte had a bad miss where he was leaning back too much and has hit the woodwork. But that Saiss miss, oh my God, bro, that's half a foot out of the goal.
Nah, it's shocking. You're not doing a Liverpool, though, are you? Miss a main player and then crumbling.
This is what I mean. That's why I can't excuse it for
that. Nah, man, I think you're missing Jack, and you can't. Like with us without Harry, you can't. Them man there, you can't replace them. They're just class.
There's not too much to say about a 0-0 anyway, so I won't get caught up on it just because I'm a Villa fan. But that Saiss miss, fucking hell! If you haven't seen Roman Saiss, the Wolves player, miss against Villa, I don't know how he'd done it. So in that sense, we're very lucky not to come away with a loss there. But it's nice to see that we're not.
But Villa though,
without a
this is the difference I've realised. Since Southampton, you beat them 1-0.
I don't think we crumbled against Sheffield. I was pissed.
You beat Arsenal 1-0, then 0-0, then 2-1 Leicester, only scored 1. Leeds 1. Sheffield United never scored. I feel like the goals are drying up a bit in the sense where they're not scoring. They're not free-flowing scorers. And I think he's dropped off as well, Traore. So I just feel like they need a bit of...
Barkley hasn't offered a lot since he came back, and that's been a bit disappointing. Not really his fault.
Your defence have tightened up, and then look, going forward, it's tightened up. So it's like with Tottenham, isn't it? You work on one thing, it creates another it creates another issue. Your defence is spot on, and now you can't put the ball in the back in there as freely as you was before.
I think Watkins is keeping up his performances,
What's going on with Al
you
Ghazi?
need players around him.
Al Ghazi?
Yeah.
Has he been playing? Because he was scoring your goals. What's happened to him?
Well, he scored a lot through December, and he's had good performances when he's been in the team. I don't know if Dean Smith completely favours him like that, but personally, I think he's more of a direct threat than Traore. Although Traore,
Al Ghazi wasn't on the bench, so he must be injured.
Shows a bit more sometimes.
He's not on the bench, bro. He must have been out. He must be out. You should know that as a Villa fan.
Yeah, bro.
He must be out though. He must be out though because he was scoring goals.
I think he played against Sheffield, though. Or is it? Fuck knows, bro. Don't ask me. Put me on the spot.
Are we gonna be able to do that with the music?
You're gonna be able to hear it. But sorry about the noise pollution. And did ask them to turn it around, but
you
it
might
must
have
have
to
thought
turn
we
it
left
up
by
before
now.
that come on anyway. We'll wrap it up.
Is what it is anyway. So what we got left to cover? Anyway, not a lot left. We've spoke about the Spurs, so catch that video on the channel. Should already be up. Bro, I can't read your handwriting. This geezer.
Yeah, that's it, man. The only one is we're not going to talk about West Brom Newcastle. We just know Newcastle's gone. We just know West Brom's gone, and Newcastle are really struggling. But I would definitely say it's either them or Brighton, because I think Fulham are flying.
Yeah.
Don't wrong, Fulham's got Man City in this game as well, but I think Fulham look. But it's
no accident they're getting results. Put it that way.
I'd back Newcastle. It's a funny one because I'd back Brighton to score though, to grab to play the way of it. But everyone's saying they play the way good, but I'm saying they don't score and they don't keep clean sheets. And with Newcastle, they don't score, but you'd expect them to get 2-1-0 for the end of the season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same as you would. And Fulham, I just think the best out of the three I've named. So I would probably say Brighton's gone. Because when the going gets tough and they need that 1-0, I don't think they've got it in them. But like I said, they maybe score 1 or 2, but I just think Fulham. I just would, if I was putting any money on it, I wouldn't put Fulham even though they're there. I'd say Brighton or Newcastle, and I'd just say fuck it, Brighton.
Yeah.
But the last game is Leicester, so that's them because it was 0-0 and we can't give them that much more because it's shocking. West Brom are gone, dead and buried, I'll be honest. Everton, Chelsea today. 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Big win.
Haven't seen it yet.
5 clean sheets at home.
But it's a big win and kind of expected. I think Chelsea under Tuchel. Like I said,
it's just a good coach.
I think they're still not certain where their goals are coming from, but they're obviously turned around as a team in terms of the system and how they're playing. I think they will keep this momentum
now.
up.
They've got Leicester.
That's what I mean. I've already said I think Leicester are dropping out that top 4, potentially even dropping out the top 6. And then I think it's between Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham to make up the rest of this top 4 now.
Do you know what it is as well? Which I think with Chelsea, it shows you about management, because what shows you about management is come in and made some big managerial decisions, and I think this is why Frank's lost his job. So he's coming. Tammy Abraham don't get in the squad, and Frank used to hang his hat on my man.
Yeah.
It
seemed like there was a lot of romance with
it's going to cost you your job, bro. And then
nowhere in football.
And then Rudiger, he's been their best defender. Rudiger wasn't getting in the squad with Frank. He wanted to come to Tottenham. I wanted him so bad because the German international, he was their best centre half. So I don't know what's going on with him and Frank, but my man's out of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's been in the team. How many clean sheets have they kept?
You tell me, bro.
Yeah, they've kept 5 at home. The last 5 games.
I was going to say I haven't
sheets.
watched Chelsea too tough.
The last 5 home
easy
games,
to see
clean
that
sheets.
he's turned them around.
And they just look decent. So, 2 big decisions there that I feel like, and I say that because, bro, that's 2 men that are in and out of the squad now. And they've made big differences. The only thing different I'd say as well, which they're both still arguing, don't trust Giroud, he's in and out. And Werner's kind of the same. So, but I just think Werner
you can't hang your hat on either of them at the moment. That's the thing. I think Werner is creative, but It's funny, I was speaking to a lad I work with at work who's German, he's a Dortmund fan, he's come over as an intern and that, but he was telling me about Werner, and he was saying same kind of thing when he's in the national squad. It's kind of like he hasn't got that confidence in himself where like everyone around him is rating him and he's like the guy, and when that's not there, he can't really turn it on. And it's I don't know, I don't see that confidence in him. I think we were saying earlier in the season when he was starting to go through this goal drought that he still offers to the team, he's still creative, but then he just don't look like he's got the
He's not creative.
to have an
just
impact.
Rapid, bro.
Yeah. I'm starting to kind of think that myself. It's more his pace.
He told Spare.
And then the final pass ain't always there anyway.
Last season in Europa League, he bust us up. I mean, in the Champions League, he bust us up.
Yeah.
Now, when I watched him,
confidence.
He was twisting man like Dyer and that though. But I'm saying our defense was shaky, but it was getting a bit of a shot and it was deflecting and that. But I was saying it was just rapid, bro, causing them man problems. But if you cause Spurs problems at the back, it doesn't mean you're a top player. You know what I mean? But I mean, I was watching him. I was like, I think he was a bit overhyped because he was just. If you play with him on FIFA, he's really the same. He's just fast, but he just runs through, and you think he lacks the composure sometimes. But I think he's young and he's known the league. And watch, we'll say this, and next year he'll be top goal scorer.
No, I don't actually think so. I think
so. But I don't know.
He's not like one of these fake players that's got nothing about him. But like I said, I think he's a confidence player, man. I think he's relying on the confidence.
And that's an elite, you know, Joe.
Now they'll hear it, but it's just going to be a piss take having that in the background.
We can't
we'll wrap it up now anyway.
Yeah, we can't do that anyway. I mean, just cut until they play, Joe.
I don't think so. I think we'll just leave it in. But fucking apologies for the dreadful audio with this in the background. Tried to tell them, but it's carried on anyway. So I think I think we've just about covered everything anyway. So you got obviously, as I said already, go check out the video on Spurs. Shaun's got his opinions as a Spurs fan. We had an interesting chat about that. Hope you enjoyed the weekend roundup. As always, leave your opinions in the comments below. If you agree, disagree, just get involved, man. We'll try and get back to you. But yeah, tune in next time. Tracksuit Pundits. Hold tight.